right, so there is the 10-bolt rear axle for my Camaro, and this is post brakes, new axle shafts, hardened steel, and new ring, new gear, ring and pinion, 410 gears, and a Spartan locker. After all that work, so this thing's completely 100% rebuilt with all new parts. It is time to paint, and normally I don't get excited about painting, but this has been such a long, tedious project. I'm excited to get this thing done and get it painted and get it back underneath the car. Now I also have new leaf springs for the Camaro, and these are the leaf spring parts of the leaf spring. Obviously these are the drums, and those are the leaf spring front hangers. And then I got a couple of miscellaneous parts there. Those are brake brackets from the for the front subframe that I took off and kind of forgot about them. And I've got everything primed up. All these parts have been painted for a while, primed for a while. The rear axle's actually been primed for a while, but as the course of working on it with this, with the floor jack or the jack stands, and then all the dirt and grease that gets on it, I've got to get this thing cleaned up. And let me show you the products I'm going to use. And I will say, be very careful if you're going to. I kind of have this jack stand balancing on the brakes because I wanted to get it out of the way. I didn't want it on here because I got to paint here, so I had to get it out on the end. And be very careful, because yeah, I dropped the this end of the entire rear axle right here when I was trying to move around this jack stand. Dropped it right on my hand, and it probably looks worse. It actually doesn't look that bad today. This happened yesterday, but yeah, it kind of hurts. But I'm lucky I don't have any broken bones. Lucky I didn't have to go get stitched up or something. So be careful when you're working on something heavy like this, especially when you got it elevated up in the air like this. All right, so proven products to me, POR 15 Metal Prep, and that's the rust remover and pre-primer. That's also a form of a degreaser. It will clean the metal surface and prep it for paint. And then, of course, your POR 15 gloss black paints. This is going to look just like the front subframe of my Camaro does, and I think that's going to look really, really good. Now, one thing you got to remember with the POR 15 is 2 coats. Second coat has to be done 2 to 6 hours after the first, and given how hot it is in Georgia, we're in the mid 80s today, I think. I probably will be able to apply the second coat right about 2 hours into it. So it's going to take me a minute to paint all this, but man, I can't wait, and it's going to look so good. And I'm just excited to get past this rear axle and move on to the next part of the build. All right, so another thing I'll tell you is this POR 15 will chew up cheap brushes, so you're going to want to invest in some better quality brushes, and these are actually still cheap brushes. I got them on Amazon. I think they're like $7 for like a 5-pack, but they hold up pretty well to the POR 15. And if you're interested in these brushes, I'll put a link down in the description box, because if you buy those bulk cheap brushes, you know, where you get like 100 for like $10, that they're just going to leave bristles everywhere when you paint this stuff, because it is it's hard on brushes. All right, so I'm not going to film a lot of this of painting. I just want to show you guys kind of the before and after, and this is obviously the before. I've got it sprayed down with the metal prep. I've got to clean it up, wipe it down, and then I'm just going to put my 2 coats on, and I'll come back to the video and show you guys the finished product and what it looks like, and I think it's going to look really, really cool. All right, one more thing real quick, and I know I keep saying that, but you definitely want to wear some gloves when you're working with this POR 15. This stuff, you do not want to get this stuff on your skin. It doesn't come off. It takes a couple of weeks for it to just kind of naturally wash off after that many showers, or, you know, if you try to scrub it off, you're just going to make your skin raw. So wear some of these. If you do get some on you, try to wipe it off really, really fast, and just going to have a black mark for a period of time. My wife was helping me paint the subframe of the Camaro, and she got POR 15 in her hair, and she ended up going to her hairdresser because it wouldn't come out, and she had to, you know, she's got blonde hair, and there's a big black streak in it. So it was, I actually found it quite funny, but she didn't think it was that funny. But anyways, make sure you wear some gloves, and like I said, if you get any of that on you, just try to wipe it off as fast as you can, and just know it's not going to come off quick. All right, so here is the painted rear axle, and I got to be honest with you, could not be happier with how this thing turned out. I've got that big B&M rear differential cover on there. It's just hanging on there by 1 bolt right now, and 2 coats POR 15, just like I said, about 2 hours apart, and this thing looks great. Let's check out the other side. All right, here's the other side, and like I said, just couldn't be happier with it. Really, really happy with the job that POR 15 does. You do have to I find you get better results when you prime, and I find you get better results when you use that metal prep to clean the metal right before you paint. And again, I did my 2 coats about 2 hours apart. So I'm telling you, I cannot wait to get this thing off this bench and get it back underneath the car. This thing is going to look great, and hopefully it's going to perform really, really well for us. So what a journey this has been with this rear end, and learning all that I've learned by doing this myself and not paying a shop to do it. I was tempted to pay a shop to do it, I can tell you that, but what a great experience. I really learned a lot, and I'm really glad that I took this on, and the results are just phenomenal. I think I've got a really stout, beefed up rear end, as much as you're going to beef up a 10 bolt, and I'm really excited to get this thing under the car and see how it performs. Really appreciate you checking out the video, following along with the build. Thank you for your support, and as always, thanks for watching.